What do you do? I bet you people have asked you that question in that kind of tone of voice. Happened to me only last week. What do you do? And the answer is, well, it depends. Because of course that question is in fact a paraphrase of what the question used to be, which is what do you do for a living? And that had kind of a two prongs to it. One was to find out where you are in the social pecking order and how you make your money, but also it kind of assumed that you had other things to do when you weren't earning a living. You had interests, you had hobbies, you had things you enjoyed doing, you had a hinterland. Nowadays we just say, what do you do? And we mean work. And some people find it difficult to answer that question. So for some it's self-explanatory. They say, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm an accountant, It doesn't help. So you have to play 20 questions. So, okay, is it a big company, small company? What kind of lawyering do you do? Some people can be very helpful and say, actually, I'm an airline pilot. I work for and I do long haul 3 times a month. Brilliant. Very nice. Do you like your job? Love it. Nice, easy conversation. But most of the time, people struggle not to kind of just give an identity and a sense of what they do, but also why they do it and how they do it. And it reminded me of this great book from the 80s, this blockbuster, Tom Wolfe's Bonfire of the Vanities. 700 and something pages of brilliance. But in it, one of the main characters is a bond dealer, very, very wealthy man living in Manhattan, and his young son at one point asked him, so Dad, what do you do? Because all they have is money. And his dad explains he's a bond trader, and the boy says, what do you do? And it's at that point really where the protagonist begins to unravel, because he cannot actually get his son to understand what he does. And it's in that kind of moment of doubt that he starts to doubt his whole life and everything in it. So next time someone says to you, what do you do? Say, well, I do a number of things. For work I do this, but actually I also do that. In other words, never forget the bigger picture. Never forget your hinterland, and never forget what really makes you who you are.